So hi everyone, I decided to do this video in English because the topic that I like to speak about today is more interesting for English speaking people, I believe. I'm thinking that maybe I will do the same video in French, but for now I will start with English. So many people are wondering what it looks like to be grown up in Iran. And I like to share some of my experiences, some parts of my life that I have experienced living in Iran. So most of the time the majority of my time in Iran, I've been in Tehran, the capital. So growing up in Tehran, I went to school. If I speak about my childhood, for me, the childhood had been quite normal, I would say. Not something very special that I would mention that I had this, that, or no, but I had the calm one from kindness, love, and happiness perspective. It was quite happy time. Financially, it was a normal one, so I have never felt being having the need of anything financially, but I was neither someone who could afford like everything. No, it was just a quiet, normal life. When I go back to my teenage years, they were also like that. So one different thing is that in Iran the schools are divided, and the there are schools only for girls and there are schools only for boys. So one of the things which was very different if we compare our life towards Western or other countries' people was this. First of all, that from the first year that you enter to school, you're only with girls. So, and for the boys, it's the same. This has both good and bad things. I know that maybe from like psychologists would say that this is a very bad thing, it has bad impact, and maybe it does. I'm not an expert. But I also remember of some of my friends when they were hearing about this, they were, especially the girls, they were like, oh, we would love to go to school where there was no boy. So this is something which, if I consider the rest of the world, this is not something normal. But that was something which was our life, and honestly, at those times, I was not me myself. I was not very upset about it nor happy. It was just the way it should be. I knew that in other countries there are mix, but it wasn't bothering me that much. But I think there were people who were not very happy with that, so it was bothering them. They would prefer to be in the same school, in the same place, like going to school in the same place where the boys go. And so yeah, this is something which I know so many people can just jump and saying, "Oh, this is not normal." People who have grown up in those situations, they cannot be normal, or there should certainly something missing in their lives. But growing up, when I left the country when I was 17, and I discovered the rest of the world. I lived in France, um, and I started also learning about other people, how they grew up, and seeing them when they're already grown up. I think that every human being has some kind of problems, like psychological ones and other issues. So for one people, it may be caused from the family. For another person, it may cause from the country, like the school not being mixed. For another, the reason can be this the fact of being mixed and the fact of discovering many things in a very young age, and that to be in competition to do certain things that maybe it's not a very conscious or smart decision, or at that age you are not mature enough to know if you're doing that because you really want it or you really trust the person, or because you're just in competition of with your friends with that. So from my perspective, I can say that our competition over boys, there would be like just seeing them, knowing them, because me personally, as I'm originally Armenian, I our culture, our way of interacting with men was different. So we had these family friends with who were boys, and then other boys which we could just know each other in community. So um, so yeah, the way we were interacting with boys, it was different from what you would experience in school. So apart from this difference, um, I I would say that for my family and my surrounding family, we would rarely come across divorced children. My friends, like I have friends and very good friends in France who are kind of, they were criticizing the way that they have grown up not being in a stable family. And then we in Iran, sometimes children who have been raised in a family where both parents are there, but they're not good together, and they were like, it's better to get divorced rather than staying together. So this is the contrast between the same situation, which reflects in different ways. But then it is exaggeration to say that in Iran most people remain together, or at our parents' level they remain together because of cultural or society pressure. It's not. It's I would avoid using this that most couples stay together because of that. I'm sure that, at least from what I experienced in my life, the number of divorced parents around my surrounding, it was low, but the relationships were quite well. And my friends, like if I'm speaking about my close circle, uh, they all have safe and secure family where the parents have good relationships together, where they have this safety, they have security. Um, so this is one of the things, and if you have already noticed, I'm just giving you some information and some contradictory things, and I'm not giving them any evaluation like which one is good or bad, because you see that in all cases, in different cases, there are the good side and the bad side, the positive and negative side. So And then one of the other differences which exists in when you live in Iran is that if in Western countries it's more normal to leave the family home once you are 18 and you go just to find your way, your path, you start working, doing student works, etc. It's not the case for Iran. So in Iran, people can stay with their parents for as much as they want, and they will be served for as long as they want. And by saying served, I literally mean served, especially from mom's sides, especially if you're a woman. If you're a girl, if you're the daughter of your father, in Iranian culture, the daughters are very like in the center of attention, especially for dads. And some people say that the sons or the boys are also the favorite of moms. But in general, when the families want to have, when they expect to have child, they prefer to have daughter. This is something that also contradicts with the culture in Armenia itself. So in Armenia, this is being changed gradually, but here most people, especially men, they like to have boy sons. So this is another difference. And in Western countries, I noticed that they don't care that much. Whatever I say about different countries, it is based on my experience, and if you don't agree, please add comment. I would be more than happy to discover that I don't know some part of the reality about other countries, and also you can share your country's approach. So this is for today. If you like this video, I can keep making videos with such content to give you some updates, to give different perspectives, to speak a bit more about how normal life looks like in Iran, how it looks like growing up in Iran, having friends in Iran, like interacting with family, the relationships, the mentality, the marriages, like so many different aspects that I can speak about my experience, and then to compare it again with my experience in another countries. And I think it's very interesting, and at some point you become someone who, as Einstein said, as I quote from Einstein, who says that nothing is good nor bad, but thinking about it makes it like that. So when you start discovering different cultures and you see that whatever is wrong in your culture, it's right in another, and vice versa, you understand that you're the one who can choose which one you want. So I like to share these things with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like it, and if you want that in future videos I speak about not other differences of life in Iran.